Of the continent dominates discussions at the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Forum in Lagos. And 10 people killed in Cameroon Anglophone region in renewed fighting between government troops and rebel forces.
On business news tonight, federal government set to provide legal framework for the establishment of financial management reforms in the country's public sector.
And on sports news tonight, Nigeria's Super Eagles now third in Africa in the latest FIFA ranking, following victories in their last 2 games.
From Abuja, court remands Benue Polytechnic lecturer accused of sexual assault of 13-year-old girl as protesters demand stiffer penalties on persons found guilty of sexual abuse.
We begin tonight with an assurance from President Muhammadu Buhari that his administration is committed to building and upgrading airports across the country to meet global standards. The president is optimistic that the new infrastructure will lead to the creation of more jobs. President Buhari shared his optimism today when he commissioned the new terminal of the Pt.1 International Airport in Rivers State.
The provision of adequate airport infrastructure is critical to the success of the air transport sector in Nigeria. Ensuring that the country gets its infrastructure right is why President Muhammadu Buhari and other government officials are in Rivers State.
There is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria touching down at the Pt.1 International Airport, Omagwa. For these conditions.
The Minister of State for Aviation believes Nigerians deserve a world-class airport facility.
According to Nigeria Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, some $775 billion is required to develop Nigeria's transportation infrastructure over the next 30 years. Nigeria needs to attract quality investment through PPP in order to make our airport world-class, profitable, efficient, comfortable, safe, and more importantly, secure.
A warm round of applause for Mr. President.
Then it's time for the official cutting of the tape, and President Buhari does the honors as the new terminal goes live.
Today's commissioning is an example of government's deliberate policy to sustain the development of infrastructure for economic growth in all geopolitical zones of the country. I therefore wish to commend the people of the South-South region and airport users for their patience during the time of construction.
With this done, the River State Governor makes a promise in the spirit of partnership.
What you are doing today will boost the economy of the state, will create employment for our people, will bring in investors to this state. Mr. President, what has happened today showcases the fact that River State is safe, River State is secure, for people to come and do investment. If River State is not safe, CCECC will not have completed this project. And I urge all of us who are from River State, who are from Nigeria, to market the state well and not to demarket our state.
With its 48,000 square meters of physical building and state-of-the-art facilities to promote efficient facilitation of international passengers and cargo, it appears to be a new dawn in Nigeria's aviation sector.
Meanwhile, the president has ordered the immediate clampdown on all illegal security outfits in the country. This was revealed by the National Security Advisor, General Babagana Monguno, while addressing a news conference on the back of the crisis in Kaduna, Adamawa, Plateau and Benue states. General Monguno added that all unlicensed and illicit acquisitions of control items, including drones and broadcast equipment, are to be reported to the appropriate security agencies. He added that the government is reviewing the nation's internal security situation.
The president, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, has directed that he does not want to see any illegal outfit, pseudo or paramilitary, emerging. Any outfit that is running parallel to our security agencies will be dismantled with immediate effect. This is very, very important. Also, the illicit acquisition of controlled items is something the Office of the National Security Advisor is also going to take charge of. It is something that we must stop, whereby individuals and organizations begin to acquire controlled items such as unmanned aerial vehicles, remotely piloted aircraft, drones, explosives, broadcast equipment, masks, and so on and so forth, will only end up in further confusing established organizations that have the responsibility to take custody of these items. If you are not licensed to carry out these functions, then I would want to advise that you surrender all these equipment to the relevant security agencies.
In Kano, the publisher of online newspaper The Daily Nigeria, Mr. Jafar, has told the State House of Assembly Committee that he is not the originator of the leaked video allegedly showing the state governor collecting a bribe. At a public hearing before the committee, Mr. Jafar says he obtained the video from a whistleblower 2 years ago, but would not reveal the name of the person.
When he agreed to fix a spy camera on his Captain Laffer to capture multiple shots of the governor while in the act of taking bribes. Yeah, I appreciated the idea, and he went ahead. He captured a lot of clips showing the governor receiving bribes. Out of about 15 clips, 9 of them showed the governor's face. About 6 did not show the governor's face. In view of that, I told him that the rest that do not show the governor's face, we cannot go ahead to publish them. Despite the fact that there was the voice, the conversation is identifiable. You can, whoever knows the governor knows that that voice is actually his. So we cannot go ahead and publish that.
While that session was ongoing, some protesters stormed the streets of Kano, insisting that the video is an invasion of the governor's constitutionally protected privacy. The chairman of the Assembly Investigative Committee, Mr. Bafababa, however, called for calm, saying the footage would be reviewed by an independent investigator and the findings made public.
We are going to produce an independent person, not known to you, not known to the governor, but working for the State House of Assembly and to the committee to have a look at all these things. Probably when we start looking at videos in this kind of situation, we may not have a chance to digress and to say this is A, this is B, this is C, or what have you. So I assure you, you are going to be there, and I assure the public that anything short of what I said, I accept Jafar should make it public for the public to know we are deviating from what we agree in the public.
And now to politics. The controversy surrounding the All Progressives Congress primaries in Niger State is far from over, as party supporters in the state continue to protest the alleged imposition of candidates. Hundreds of protesters today stormed the government house in Minna to vent their frustration, blocking the road and the gate leading into the premises. According to them, their preferred candidate, Jafaru Auna, won the APC ticket to contest the Magama Rajau House of Representatives constituency, but that mandate was overturned and given to Shehu Saleh, a serving member. Over the last 3 weeks, there have been a series of protests by APC supporters in Niger State over alleged undue interference by the national leadership of the party. They say this may negatively affect the party's chances in the 2019 general elections.
Niger State is a power state. Where they say power, there is peace, there is unity, there is dialogue. We expect the people of Niger State, since they need peace, we need peace in Niger State. At least somebody that wins the election, they're supposed to give him peacefully, so that for peace to reign in Niger State. And what we want, we need Jafar to be our representative at the member. They should give him the ticket.
In the meantime, the presidential candidate of the COA party, Dr. Shina Fagbemi-Robyron, wants the coalition of united political parties to urgently release a guideline for the election of a candidate for the coalition. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, Dr. Fagbemi-Robyron insists that COA party is still a part of the coalition and he is confident of securing its presidential ticket for the 2019 election. The coalition, which is led by the People's Democratic Party, has 42 other political parties that have agreed to pool resources and support a single candidate in the 2019 general election. Fagbemi-Robyron also added that his party will support the restructuring of the country to bring government closer to the people. Well, let's switch now to the judiciary. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onoge, is advocating the use of alternative dispute resolution, especially for settling of commercial and family disputes. Justice Onoge, who spoke at the 2018 annual conference of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators in Abuja, lamented that the nation's courts are overworked. He says the use of arbitrators will help speed up the justice delivery process while reaffirming the commitment of the judiciary to protecting the interest of all persons.
Wonder if the reason they sit behind or beside every successful man is a woman is to hide the clear fact that a woman.
It is the annual conference of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators as lawyers and arbitrators converge on Abuja to brainstorm with the theme Arbitration and ADR in Africa, Challenges, Gains and Lessons for the Future. The chairman of the Nigeria branch of the institute sets the tone for the event.
Judicial support to the work of the CIR in dispute resolution is essential. Given the years of experience of our judges on the art of judging, irrespective of the difference between judgments and awards, together we can bring our respective skills to the arbitration and ADR community and further decongest our courts.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice and the President of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators shared their thoughts on the role of arbitration.
Africa, and of course Nigeria, is moving away from the traditional court system of dispute resolution and fast embracing arbitration and other forms of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms which are considered more efficient.
It is a very important machine within Africa in the development of private dispute resolution. And it's playing a part, it has played a part, and will continue to play a part in the development of private dispute resolution across the continent.
In a panel discussion, the Chief Justice of Nigeria commends the use of alternative dispute resolution in order to enhance peaceful resolution of disputes.
This arbitration and things like that, it has been part and parcel of our system from time immemorial, apart from the African birth of it. Our High Court rules from the time that the High Court was known as the Supreme Court of Nigeria, or Southern Nigeria, had provisions for settlement out of court. That is arbitration.
The two-day conference is aimed at examining the challenges of arbitration and alternative dispute resolution in Africa and pick out lessons for the future.
In part two, after the break, we bring you an update in the trial of pastor and leader of the Jesus Dominion International Church, Timothy Omotosho, in South Africa. Please stay with us.